Hello, all you gorgeous people. I thought I'd talk a little bit about Photoshop Actions. I love Photoshop Actions. I use them all the time. They speed up the editing process by a ton. And when you're managing a photo business and working a full-time graveyard job while still trying to, live life, you need to save all the little minutes that you can. So there are two main players in my collection, the Oh So Posh and the Alex Beaton actions. The actions I use the most are from Oh So Posh. I'll point out my favorites in a little while. I want to talk about the Alex Beaton collection first. I absolutely love this gal, but to be quite honest, I feel like there are just way too many choices. I never thought I'd say that, but it's true. When I bought them, I was thrilled with the quantity of actions. The thing is, it's a bit overwhelming. In order to really get a feel for the actions and know what ones you need to use to get the desired look you're after, you really need to play with each and every one of them one by one for a while until you're super familiar with your actions to know exactly which one to use to get what you're after. That's the whole point of actions. You want to actually make it efficient or you're just wasting time, right? And time is money. So that's the process I was able to do with all of the Oh So Posh actions because there are a lot, but they're not quite as many that I'm afraid to use every single one of them. I've had no time to really sit and go through this process to familiarize myself with the Alex Beaton actions, but I'd really like to. I really, really would. At this point in time, though, it's inefficient to use her actions, unfortunately. When I take the time to really go through the process, though, which I do plan to do eventually, I'll do another video to show off my favorites and what I often use them for. In the meantime, let me show you my favorites from the Oh So Posh collections. All right, everybody, so I'm going to quickly go over my favorites from the Oh So Posh collections. And I'm not going to go into too much detail or this will take forever. So I have let me stretch this out so we can see everything. I have the Bohemian Symphony collection. That was the first one I got and I love it. I love them all. Then Once Upon a Dream and then Timeless Elegance. Now, it's hilarious how I didn't think I'd like Timeless Elegance all that much, but I fell in love with their the black and white until I got alien skin, but that's another video. But I do love the whole satin look. I love using Golden Charm for warming up a photo if I'm really trying to get that really warm look. These are all really great warms. And obviously here's the cooling. And I do use Timeless Primer a lot. Okay, now Once Upon a Dream. Now this is the set I use the most for clean edits. Now most of my edits are very clean, but what I mean is not too vivid or not too faded, kind of right there in between. And this is what I've used for all of Augustina's photos that you see here. So shout out to Augustina. She was the model for this video. Um, so I usually start off with her Oh So Soft Skin. I used to use a skin softening action from someplace else and I couldn't even remember what it was called, but I always kept forgetting what it was and it was either too strong and if I turned it all the way down, I don't know, it wasn't that great. So this is definitely really great. She suggests using it around 70. I turn it down to around 30 or 40 on the face and then I use around anywhere from 50 to 70 on the skin depending on the photo, of course. After that, I use Twinkle Eyes. Now, Twinkle Eyes is really awesome for really sharpening those eyes and your lashes. Also, sometimes I'll use it for men. Sometimes their facial hair gets lost in the skin smoothing if you're not careful. So I'll turn it really down to really kind of bring out that facial hair. Sometimes I use it on hair, but sometimes I use the soft skin on hair. So it depends on the look I'm going for. Um, so yeah, I use the sharpener for a lot of things. I really enjoy it. Let's see. The next one I use a lot for this set of images was Sheer Beauty. I also tend to use that set for babies. It's a really nice clean edit. It's the one that you kind of saw me using here. This is always the one I have to tone down. It starts off at only 19%, but it makes a big difference. It really cools down the image. So if you really want the warmth in the image and you're trying to add warmth, just turn this one off. You could turn this one up, the sheer tone, and you can probably add like the golden rose, you know, all those other warm ones I showed you before. I've used Barely There a few times. To be honest, those are the ones that I use the most out of this particular set. Now, the Bohemian Symphony collection I've used a ton. This is probably the set I've used the most, but not as of late, to be honest. Porcelain Veneers is full of different things that you can do to whiten teeth and eyes, to get rid of yellow or red spots, that kind of thing. You have to use it very, very lightly, though. It makes a huge difference. Now, all of these are really great for those really pop of color, really vivid, rich kind of imagery. And I've used these a lot on actual landscape images. It's just a really nice depth of color. If that's what you're going for, this is amazing. Skin Glow is pretty neat, but I find everything I need I get from the Oh So Soft Skin from the Others collection. Oso Boho is more of a, I guess, boho, really, that kind of chic, almost violet kind of tones. Carnival Lights and Simply Charming are very similar. It just depends on what you're going for. They're very warm. Both of these are very, very warm. Anyways, I've used this the most, but then recently, like I said, I've really been getting into these cleaner actions. So not to really overwhelm you, but I just wanted to show you what I was talking about with Alex Beaton's Express Yourself. Now, I love these. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that I don't like them. However, there's like 25 in the black and white. There's 25 in the color. And they go off so strong that you have to tone them down to really see what any of them do. She does have, I didn't load it on my Mac, but she does have a set that will apply all of them to your image, which takes a little time, but then you can turn each and every one of them on and off to really kind of see if you like it or not. But you seriously have to play with it a lot, I think, and eventually I'll get to that point. So, yeah, well, that's about that on the actions. And once again, great shout out to Augustina. And thanks for joining me in this little chat about Photoshop actions. I'd love to hear what you think and what actions are your favorite to use. So please comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!